Aloha and good morning. This is Chris with Poolbright, and we're having another training video here for our guys. The process of cleaning a pool shell, getting rid of that hard mineralized water. And we're going to show you here is that just draining the pool and then filling it back up with fresh water is not going to work, especially if you've got high cyanuric acid levels and high calcium levels. That mineral content has the ability to be absorbed into the shell of the pool, and if you just drain it and fill it right back up again, that mineralized content, the cyanuric acid and or the calcium levels, will precipitate right back into the water, and you'll end up where you started with hard mineralized water in 2 to 3 months, give or take. With this particular pool as an example, we're also going to show you how to get rid of rust stains. This pool is located very close to a lawn that at one point was fertilized, and you can see that those fertilizer pellets got stuck on the bottom, and they just teardropped iron stains all the way down towards the main drain. Anyway, we're going to show you how to get rid of those. And the process also works on light colored pools, especially works well on white plaster pools. You have to be a little bit more careful on plaster that's colored. Alright, so we're going to switch over to some video here, and you don't want to use a real powerful pressure washer. We use a real inexpensive pressure washer with the most mild tip available to us, and when we do the pressure washing, we're being pretty meticulous in how we go about it. So when you start the pressure washing, you probably don't want to get your tip any more closer than what we've got going on here, and you're watching the runoff to make sure that you're not removing any part of the plaster, and you'll see the plaster get more porous if your tip is too close or if you're using a tip that's too strong for the job. And after a while, you will start to see a difference in what is coming off of the shell. The process here will take you between an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, sometimes more depending on the size of the pool, but you will always end up with favorable results. Now, moving over to the stains, in this particular case, there's so many stains that we wanted to wait till we drained the pool before we applied the product. The product that we use is Iron and Cobalt Stain Remover by Jack's Magic. We also use it in conjunction with Pool Stain Treat by United Chemistry. In a perfect world, if I had remembered my gloves, I would definitely wear gloves and recommend that you wear gloves. But just wanted to get the job done here, so went ahead and smeared it on topically. And then I used a old rag to kind of feather it in, and I'm working in a small space, a couple stains at a time, so that it doesn't get away from me. In the circumstance where you're just dealing with one particular rust stain or a stain in general, you can put the product inside of a pantyhose, and you can bring the pantyhose and set it right down on the stain, and just, you know, if you put them in your pockets to take them, just make sure that you empty them out of your pockets before you put the shorts in the laundry, because if those come out in the laundry, you're going to have some explaining to do to whomever is doing the laundry at the time. All right, enough of that. So we're going to start filling up the pool here, and I'm going to use the vacuum cleaner to deflect some of the water from the autofill. It's old hard plaster, so I'm not worried about it getting damaged, but it is just kind of a prudent thing to do, is deflect some of that water so it doesn't sit there over the next 6 to 8 hours beating on the same spot. So significantly reduced population of stains here. I'm going to use the residual water here in the bowl of the pool. As it fills up, I'm going to pre-dissolve some more product. And as I've said, the pool stain treat in conjunction with the Iron and Cobalt stain remover works very well together. And this is basically the end of the process here. It's about probably, I'd say, between 15 and 25 minutes for the application, and just giving it some soak time. Significantly reduced, and actually by the end of this job, those stains were gone, I'd say 95%. Basically could not see anything residual once the pool water was filled back up again. So again, this is what it looked like prior to putting the pool stain treat in from United Chemistry, and then the Iron and Cobalt stain remover from Jack's Magic.